All right, David, a few of the ticket texts. I just need – we haven't talked Pistons at all this season, and, I mean, watching them, they're horrible. And the scariest part is they're the worst team in the league defensively, and they're bottom 3 offensively. It's – nothing's working. There's nothing to be positive about, and I do think it's legitimate to bring up Dwayne Casey. I mean, look, I think we all knew that Dwayne Casey wouldn't be the guy when it was time to win, in the same way that we knew Jeff Blashill wouldn't be the guy when it was time to win. So I'm kind of at a point, no, I don't expect the Pistons to make the playoffs. That's not what it is. I expected exciting. I expected high energy, high effort, and I expected to see a product that was worth watching.
Can I give you an example? Last night, Toronto's without 3 key players. They're the ones fighting for loose balls, getting all the hustle stats, building up a big lead, and holding on the road, on a long road trip. Explain to me why the Pistons last night don't win that game. Explain to me why Jaden Ivey is playing off ball, watching for 3 quarters, before finally running the offense in the 4th. Explain to me what's going on with this basketball team.
Look,
because it shouldn't be this bad. I know they're rebuilding, but as we've said with the Lions, rebuilding is not an excuse. It's not a license to lose. You do need to show me a little more than that.
The reason I brought it up is just because, you know, we spend so much time talking about the Lions rebuild, and we'll probably get to it a little bit later. But, like, this Pistons thing, we've given them a free ride. We understood what Troy Weaver had to do. We understood they had to strip it down. We understood they needed to get lucky, get that top pick. And then we thought they got lucky again, and I think they did. Ivy looks really good when he gets the ball.
He was scoring and assisting on 23 fourth-quarter points last night, giving him every chance to come back and win that game.
But I'm also a little concerned because, and I know I've texted you about this because Lord knows you can't talk a lot of basketball on the air, I've been very unimpressed with Cade to start this season. Very unimpressed.
Really? 21-6-6 doesn't do it for you?
I know. The numbers are there. I know. Watching it. I know what he is, and I know what he's capable of, but, Jim, here's the problem. A, the three-point shooting, anytime I watch. I mean, he's throwing up corkscrews. Second of all, and this is not nitpicking, I'm a little concerned because I swear to you, he looks slower.
Well, he bulked up a little bit.
Yeah, well, we may want to debulk. Okay,
well, he's got to be able to...
Bell bulked up to 250 at State, and then the Steelers said take 25 pounds off.
Okay. You have every right to judge him harshly. The expectations are high when you draft the guy number 1 overall.
I expect him to be an all-NBA player.
I'm not concerned about the shooting. When you watch the way he hits the mid-range jumper, there's no issue with his shooting stroke. He's going to be just fine.
Ooh, buddy.
He's going to be just fine.
All right. David, ticket text. We'll get to the callers.
Yeah, by the way, I love your choice of words, Mike. Debulk. That's I like that.
What? Mark D'Antonio had the brilliant idea. We're going to have Le'Veon at 255. The Steelers take him, and they bring him down to 220. Say I'm wrong. Now, all of a sudden, you got the kid back who was housing touchdown runs. You remember Le'Veon his last year at State?
Yeah.
He was a refrigerator in sneakers. It was the dumbest thing I've ever seen. Not that I'm angry.
All right, just glad we know you're not angry. KC needs to go. Team is 5-20, which they will be. Hire Udoka. Don't want to hear about how young the team is. There are no more excuses.
Listen, Celtics were young. Udoka took over, immediately instilled a culture, immediately got them playing defense. And look, I get it. You don't want to deal with whatever Ime did. The bottom line is it wasn't enough to get him fired from the Celtics, and it wasn't enough to get him thrown in jail. I have an idea what happened, but I ain't going on the air with it. That's inappropriate. I'll leave that for other people. The point is, do you want to hire an NBA Coach of the Year type who's currently looking for work? And the Celtics aren't going to put a fight with. And there are reasons for that, but we're not going to get into it. The point is, yeah, you know what? Detroit, you can hide somebody. Okay? You think of Ime Udoka as Mike Leach. Mike Leach can't have a college football job in a big market. He's a wacko. You got to hide him. That's why he coaches in places like Lubbock, Pullman, and Starkville. Okay? Ime here? Yes. Ime in Brooklyn? No. Because the media will never relent. Here? What, are you kidding me? Yeah, I would absolutely take a look.
Yeah, it reminds me of the A.J. Hinch situation.
Yes.
A.J. Hinch needed
there you
another chance.
go.
Yes, he couldn't go and manage the Mets. There'd be 60 microphones in his face every night. Let's get the people involved. JT's in Southfield. They want to talk to noted CMU alum James Costa. JT, what's up?
What's up, JT?
Mikey, Mike, James, Cookies, how are you guys?
Good, man. What's on your mind?
All right. So, you know what? God, you must have been reading my mind about Udoka. The fact that he could come here, it'd be a 1 or 2 day story, and they'd move on because right now the Pistons aren't on the basketball map. And what he did with your team, man, in terms of, they came in and they were terrible at first until they got familiar with the system. And the way he turned them around was something that, the boy wonder over there that everybody keeps telling me was such a great coach with the Celtics could never do. But I'm more concerned, man, about their defense than their offense. I mean, I think the offense will come around. I think they need to get used to playing with each other. One of the things, people always say defense is effort and that sort of thing. I don't know that they lack effort, but they play with their hands a lot. They get a lot of cheap, silly, dumb fouls and stuff.
Well, and JT, they're doing a lot of switching, which relies on communication. That's supposed to be something that's coached. I see them blowing a lot of assignments, a lot of free runs to the basket, high percentage looks. Yeah. It's like, boy, that's no way to play. And at some point, you have to ask: is the coach's message wearing thin? For a guy who's supposed to be the adult in the room, I don't see them play very responsibly.
Right, and then what happens is you put, I hope Stewart's not going to be out long, but you put Jalen Duren in there, who is your one quote-unquote rim protector, if you will, and the kid ends up picking up a lot of fouls and things like that. And,
he's a baby. He's so young, man. You got to be patient there.
Oh, you can see the talent. That's what I was going to ask you, Mike. You said you're disappointed in Cade, and you kind of question Ivy.
I like his numbers, but it's in losing basketball, and I don't love the early returns on the Schwarzenegger offseason. I just don't like what I'm watching.
I think Cade, if he turns out to be really good, I think Cade is going to be far more of a Scottie Pippen, Magic Johnson type player, that he's going to fill up the stat sheet. And I think he can do that in a good situation.
So hold on, JT. Hold on. I want to ask, because you're bringing up something and I think Cookies wants to say it, but he doesn't.
Okay.
Do you want the offense run through Ivy and not Cade?
Yeah, because Cade is turning the ball over so much.
I asked you the question. Now, JT, now. Come on now.
Flat out.
Yes or no?
No, I'm still happy with it going through Cade because
no problem.
Or Ivy is still the one thing that drives me crazy about him, and I think he'll learn this, because it's a little different obviously than it was in college, is he runs down there and he gets in the lane and he goes amongst those trees. And
listen, here's what he's got. Here's what he's got. I'll say this. I'll get killed for comping him to this, but I'll say it. Fine. He's got a little bit of that John Morant in him. He's fearless. He's got the physicality. He gets in the paint, as JT just said.
He's a blur.
There's a little John Morant there. I'm not saying he is Ja. Nobody is. There's a touch. A little bit. No,
there is a little bit.
You want the offense run through him and not Cade?
I think it's a faulty premise. I need both of them. Look at the NBA today. I need two guys that can create offense.
That's why I don't want to say thought, because that suggests past tense and gave up. I haven't given up, but it's why it should be better than this.
Yeah.
And maybe, look.
You got two young playmaking guards you took in the top 5.
And you got shooters. Hello,
that was
Bogey and Bay.
The Bogdanovich, yep.
They're there. I don't know, man.
Now, okay.
No, go ahead. Go.
Well, now they got some size healthy with Bagley. Like, there's no excuse for this team not to win a few more games.
Exactly. This is horrific. Almost as bad as the jerseys. Juan, 97.1. What's up, Juan?
Hey, what's up, fellas?
What's up?
Man, I just think I'm not a big Casey fan. I think eventually we should move on from Casey. And the reason why I say this, I don't like his rotation. Prime example, last night. There's no one in the world you take the ball out of Ivy's hand. Like, I'm watching the game. Bogdanovich brought the ball up more in the first half
right.
than Ivy did. So I'm like, this guy is so explosive. Even if he draw double teams, he can kick to Bogdanovich, a shooter, knock it down. That's one thing. Now, a lot of people might not agree with me, including you guys. I'm ready to Jeff Saturday this thing. And what I mean by that is bring somebody like Jalen Rose in. Give him a shot. Steve, it worked for Steve Kerr to a certain degree. Give it a shot. I don't like KC, man. I think we need to move on. A younger coach that can probably adapt to these younger players, man, because I don't even feel like the players buying it. I don't like their body language on the sideline or any of that.
Hell, call Juwan. Maybe he'll just straight knock somebody out.
Yeah. Hey, Juwan, that works too.
I don't know.
Yeah, well, thank you for throwing the flag, David. Like, thank you. That had a thud when it hit the glass. Come on.
Not necessary.
Just, you want to shake it up? Okay. All right. That didn't work? Okay. Do you want to get to the top 10? Hold on, Jim. I want you to pick. Do you want the Rico Beard College Football Playoff top 10 before the idiots do it tonight, or do you want an NFL blitz where we just go right around the league?
Are we going to get to both today?
Well, listen, you're the noted CMU alum, so whatever you want. You get dealer's choice. You can do both.
Let's do top 10.
Done. I will present them as Rico and then in the same breath make fun of Rico. It's going to be incredible.